One, when you are pitching, you want to tie the elements of your service directly back to what they said their problems or their pain was. So many times I'm watching agency owners pitch and their pitch is copy paste the same thing on every single call, and there's no correlation between what the prospect said in discovery and what the salesperson is saying in the pitch. And so it doesn't feel personal, and there is no clarity on how this specific service solves this specific problem. So very simply, when you are presenting your solution, frame it as a solution to the problem that they said earlier in the conversation. Here's an example. If they say earlier in the conversation, man, the leads that I'm getting from this other agency, they're just not very high quality. And you ask, what do you mean by that? And they explain, well, it's because when I call them, they don't answer, or they say that they actually aren't interested. They know we remember clicking on the ad in the first place. Then when you get to your solution, let's say, for example, you offer ISA services where you reach out to the lead immediately through a call center. So you can say, hey, remember when you said that you were struggling to get people on the phone that remembered filling out the form? Well, that's actually due to the gap between when the lead opted in and when they're being contacted. See, you're a busy individual, which means that you don't have time to sit around by your phone all day and answer the phone for all of these leads. However, we fix that by creating an in-house call center that every single lead that we generate for you will be filtered through, and we will call them within 30 seconds of them filling out the ad. That means that every single lead that we generate will not only remember filling out the form, but they'll also be more interested and leaned in because they just saw the ad that captured their attention in the first place. Then, if they're qualified, we pass them off to you via a live transfer. And that means that you only get the hot qualified leads.